There may not be longevity with Phoenix and San Diego, but there's no doubt this can be described as a budding rivalry. San Diego Loyal's Alejandro Guido knows this rivalry well and will make his 6th appearance against Phoenix, while for Rising, Arturo Rodriguez has been in great form to start the season. One of the newest USL Championship rivalries takes center stage under the lights. Phoenix Rising, San Diego Loyal, next. Saved the best for last on this Saturday night in the USL Championship from Phoenix Rising Soccer Complex at Wild Horse Pass. Phoenix Rising plays host to San Diego Loyal. The 2022 Phoenix Rising season is presented by Equality Health. With Devin Kerr, I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. And when you look at the matchup between these two, there's not a lot of games played, but it runs deep.
The time that it's taken this rivalry to get here, Josh, not that far off, right? But what you have to look at is the utter hatred. And I say that with the highest regard for both of these managers that these two teams have for each other. There's no regret whatsoever. Deep down in the belly of the beast, this thing is going to sting, and for a long period of time, if you can't come out on top. Even though Phoenix Rising leads this series, these are physical, tempestuous battles that have gone the distance every single time.
And in talking with Rick Shantz, Epps and Jai could play a key part tonight.
You have to understand that there are tendencies within a team, right? And so you look at attackers like Jai and Marcus Epps and think, okay, how can they help defensively? How can they help offensively? Everybody's got those tendencies. Now, the biggest asset for San Diego Loyal is their rotation. It can also be their biggest downfall. If you start in the center circle, the check back in by Moshe Bani, as Adam slides out and starts to drift towards the left-hand side, look at the top of your screen. A ton of space up there, readily available to step into. If you get the rotation right, San Diego Loyal can be at one of the best in the business and take this down. If you get it wrong, expect Phoenix to spring down that left-hand side, and we'll talk about the switch later on. All the more importance for Jack Metcalf to have a career night. Every single offseason, coaches come and talk to me about this guy and finding a way to make him an acquisition for their team. Instead, San Diego Loyal have retained his services. He's back to full health, and he will be flying up and down that right-hand flank all night long.
So we're all set to go. It's San Diego Loyal, it's Phoenix Rising. This is a fun rivalry in the USL Championship. We have it next. Lineups and first kick right after this.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
You might have heard of Carvana and that we sell cars online. What you probably didn't know is that we're in the business of making you happy. We believe buying a car should be something that gets you hyped up. That you should be empowered to shop when you want, where you want, wearing whatever you want. And that your new car ought to come with newfound happiness and zero surprises. So we promise that we'll treat you right, we'll put you in control, and all of us will stop at nothing to drive you happy.
We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Carvana. NAU, Equality Health, and Arizona Federal. Back here at Wild Horse Pass as we build up to first kick. Tonight's match is presented by Equality Health. It's time to take a look at tonight's starting lineups, and we start with Phoenix Rising and their 11 from Coach Rick Schatz.
Rising faithful will be happy to know that James Musa is back into the lineup alongside his compatriot Joey Farrell. Unchanged, everybody else on the defensive front. The midfield three stay the same. Quinn, Rodriguez, Lambert, they've been vicious all season. Greg Hurst comes back into the 9th spot. This Phoenix Rising team is going to be hungry after the performance last week against Las Vegas. That was not. Darnell King, got to be massive. Right-hand flank, his ability defensively. Can he handle all of the attacks that are going to come from Loyal?
He is our player to watch tonight, presented by Pacific Office Automation. On the other side for Landon Donovan, that midweek game means some changes.
I did talk about the rotation, though, that can come with those changes. So the changes come with Among, Moon, Martin coming in to the midfield and the attack. Grant Stoutman back from injury. Nice to see that. Kyle Adams gets the nod again as Nico Boxall still away with the New Zealand's men's national team. At their best, the rotation from Loyal, beautiful. They got to get going on the attack side, though.
Tonight's referee is Elton Garcia. There is the whistle, and we are underway tonight from Wild Horse Pass. Thanks so much for being with us. San Diego Loyal pays a visit to Phoenix Rising, and in the first 2 seasons of Loyal's existence, these two teams played much more than twice. And it's already an early corner kick coming for San Diego, but now with the, I guess, more normal schedule this year, we only get this twice, and maybe that means these games need just a little bit more to these players.
Was just about to say we were spoiled previously, right? And that's probably what helped build this rivalry so fast. But now you're going to have to ask that emotion, those performances to step up a bit more. Let's say the other side of it is, Josh, being so early in the season, expectations are going to be a little bit different. We've become accustomed to seeing some of these battles when the teams were at their best. And right now, they're still trying to figure everything out.
Well, for San Diego, it was a tough 1-0 loss in the midweek at FC Tulsa. Tough place to play, and Landon Donovan said he thought his team played well at a difficult road environment. He said a draw maybe would have been fair, but we did not create enough chances. He said overall it was frustrating to lose that game. And I guess the same can be said for Phoenix Rising when you talk about the 2-1 defeat at Las Vegas Lights, and Rick Schatz saying there was a lot of frustration post-game. Maybe we overlooked them a little bit, but there were, of course, a lot of factors, as there always are in a game at Vegas. But he said this early in the season, maybe it's okay.
The temperament very different for the two coming out of those losses, though, right? Because you start with the visitors in San Diego Loyal. They played very well. I mentioned the 80 percentile coming up the field. That's where they've been the most dangerous. Great rotation off the back line. Really like the interchanging play within the midfield. Just haven't really hit that crispness about 25, 30 yards from goal yet, Josh, which is what they're trying to hone in on. Phoenix Rising, they didn't come to play. They looked terrible against Las Vegas Lights. Their manager, not trying to make any excuses, said they're going to be hungry to get right back at it.
Here's James Musa and what he can show you with his passing ability. As this ball comes in all the way to the back stick. It's headed clear. This will trickle out for just a throw-in in this near corner. Well, as Rick Schatz hinted at, it looks like Epps and Jai are starting on that far side, and already a player down, and this looks to be Jack Metcalf. That is not a good sign for San Diego Loyal.
The juice reached to the inside of that right leg, and the one that was a cause for concern so many times in 2021. There wasn't a ton in it. It didn't seem like it was behind the scenes. This ball came all the way to the near side of your screen, immediately going to ground. The non-contact, both players from both teams waving everybody over, and you just hope that he's going to be okay and that this is just a brief excerpt in the match that immediately going to have a story written to it. You can see the KT tape on the inside of his right leg. Comes up a tiny bit limp from the move that you're about to see. There's not much in it, to be fair. But the importance that Jack Metcalf carries for this team, I mean, truly, the right back spot might be the most important position on the field. With all due respect to everybody else, the way that they stack on the right, they push to the inside, there's just so much onus put on Jack Metcalf, the number 4 jersey, and you can see that right leg of his not feeling very good.
Liverpudlian now walking behind the goal, right in front of the south end. It'll be a long throw in here for Darnell King. He gets it right back. And the right back has a deflected shot out for a corner kick. It's the first of the match for Phoenix Rising. This kick brought to you by Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. It'll be the in-swinger from Aiden Quinn. And the header comes up and over the bar. Looked like that was maybe from a San Diego player, but the referee says otherwise. And it does sound like we will get a substitution here in the opening 5 minutes. Not the start that Landon Donovan's looking for, and it's Evan Conway who is preparing to come on. So not necessarily a like-for-like substitution here.
No, but it's an easy change within the system for Loyal, because they'll just take Nick Moon, move him to the right back spot, and be none the wiser. Would say that's one of the deeper components of San Diego Loyal as they progress through their tenure as an organization in the USL Championship. Talent at a high level to begin with, but now you have multiple options within that talent, where it's not pulling one player off and one player on. You have the ability, like a Guido, off the front line into the 10, or even drop down next to Colin Martin. You can take a Nick Moon off the left flank, place him as a marking back on the right-hand side of Grant Stoneman, and be just fine.
You'll enjoy this. We get some Union Omaha now on both sides. Greg Hurst and Evan Conway forming that strike partnership for the USL League One champions last year. As he comes back into the middle. Arturo Rodriguez playing chase. And Elijah Martin finds an outlet down the near side. It's Conway who's able to stretch his legs just after coming on.
It's not just the ability, Josh, to move Nick Moon. Understand that. It's the fact that he just played 39 minutes at right back for Loyal against Tulsa on Wednesday. So maybe it's not the look you wanted coming in, but it's familiar territory. So to have the ability to have a player be able to make that change is one thing, but to not affect the chemistry, and they didn't. The move midweek against Tulsa set them up defensively, gave them the ability to overlap on the outside, still have an added moment to the attack. Very difficult to make that change and not disrupt it. Shouldn't expect anything major for Loyal here in the change, but the interesting one, and you started to talk about it before the ball came to the backside, is the switch by Phoenix Rising. Didn't get a bunch of time to cover it in the open, but the move between Marcus Epps and Santi Moar. Moar comes to the near side of your screen to the right wing. Marcus Epps goes to the top. Phoenix Rising wants him to challenge that left flank along with Babukar Jai and make sure he's unselfish come the final third. The biggest issue they've had with Epps is when he gets himself into the one-on-ones, taking advantage of it. Don't worry about waiting for everybody else. You've got the speed and skill set to go it alone.
So we'll see how that comes off tonight with Epps on the left, Moar on the right. Of course, we know Santi Moar so good at cutting in on that right foot, but he'll be trying to maybe serve the ball in a bit more now from the right. But we were talking this week about Moar and his versatility, left versus right, and his time with Bethlehem Steel alongside New Mexico United, where he had a career year, maybe his breakout season in the USL Championship. Here's Colin Martin. Santi Moar for Phoenix. Babukar Jai. Farrell playing through the lines. Now Marcus Epps. San Diego back in its defensive posture here. Rodriguez, crunching challenge put in by Guido. San Diego able to win it back. Let's take a look at tonight's injury report brought to you by Spooner Physical Therapy. Niall Dunn, he'll be on that list for a few more months. And on the other side, no injuries reported pre-game. I think we can add Jack Metcalf's name to that list, unfortunately. As this is headed into space. Trying to get it ahead for Among, but this out for a throw instead. Play down the line, Moshobani. His cross coming in, free header at the back post, and it goes wide. Evan Conway could have been his first USL Championship goal.
How many times have we seen him for Union Omaha in League One? In these situations, just bury this thing, absolutely punish the ball. Acres of space, almost too much time. Josh, when you have this much time as a player, you tend to get in your head and make simple mistakes that you're not accustomed to. Should be 1-0 Oil.
He scored one just like that in the USL League One final. Not able to there. His Omaha teammate Greg Hurst tracks this down. Infield for Epps. Able to break the lines. Greg Hurst goes down. And no whistle, play on.
It's pretty active for the Scotsman up top. I would say my biggest takeaway, Josh, between the two performances of the Nines from Phoenix Rising, Greg Hurst week 1 and Claudio Repetto week 2, was the willingness to understand the system and the press that came along with it. Hurst was awesome, helping out defensively. The first line of confrontation, winning numerous balls that then turned over and helped them be successful going forward. We didn't see that as much from Claudio Repetto, and that's not a knock on his talent at all. Phoenix Rising telling us that it's going to take a little bit more time. Repetto not used to the nature that is the movement from Phoenix Rising, the rotation they're asking for. Hurst, a bit more understanding. He saw it a little more at Union Omaha under Jay Mims, and so it was easier for him to step into those situations. I would also say that he pretty much had a real good bond, we'll say, with the midfield 3 as Vegas tries to have a little fun. Not Sin City, buddy.
The Spaniard, you know, everybody can touch the ball in Spain, right?
That's very aggressive. And with the speed that you have to deal with here, and you know the willingness, although that's not a good ball, that Joey Farrell and James Moose are going to have playing off this back line. They'll sting that ball 30-40 yards. Challenge the pace of both center backs, Stoneman, Kyle Adams. Quality performance by Kyle Adams. His step on.
His teammate Charlie Adams not on the bench tonight. Big miss for San Diego, the captain right in that midfield for Loyal. Jai trying to switch the point of attack. It falls for Arturo Rodriguez. It's a turnover in the middle. A jersey pull there by Greg Hurst. Free kick to San Diego. San Diego will work it down that right side. Moon for Moshobani. Among. Look at this build-up. Moon cut off, and King decides to put it out of play. It's a corner kick coming for San Diego. Moshobani stands over this corner kick. The in-swinger put into a good area, and the header glancing just wide. Another good chance on an aerial ball, but this one just sneaking by the post.
The first time around, it was a clear look. More velocity on the redirect here. How good is this from Thomas Among? In traffic, and actually, no, the redirect, it looked like from our first angle that it was Among. Instead, it's Evan Conway. That's twice now. The midfielder had an opportunity to go after Ben Loon. Ben Loon beaten both times, if you can put it on frame.
Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Here's Jai, and now Rodriguez. In for Epps, dispossessed by Colin Martin. It's Among who is brought down.
A couple interesting takeaways just 15 minutes into this match, Josh, is the unfortunate injury, of course, to Jack Metcalf. Nick Moon steps in. There's a couple things that have come along with that. Number one, if you watch on the right-hand side, although very advanced right now, he doesn't push as high, or has not just yet. So maybe slow to build into that role. Something to keep an eye on. The other side is with the striker pairing of Vassell and Among, which we haven't seen for an elongated period of time and throughout the match. What you'll normally see is one of the strikers from San Diego Loyal drop down in, get involved in the attack, a la Alejandro Guido. But with him in the midfield and Adams on the none available, they've really tightened up the top two. Big presence within the striker spots, and although he's come back more now, you're seeing a lot more of flat lines out of San Diego, where it's the four, and then the two. Every now and then you get a bit more depth. So it's been easier in the sense that they've been on the ball more, but they haven't been able to break those levels because Phoenix Rising is doing the exact same thing. Lambert's coming really deep at the center circle right now, and so you have two midfielders in Aiden Quinn and Arturo Rodriguez paired right up next to Guido and Colin Martin. They haven't figured out how to break through that just yet. Rotation's got to be faster through that if you want to. If you come through the middle, create depth of your own, stepping stones for each other. Otherwise, use the exterior to your advantage, and don't be afraid to hit that testing ball up over the top into the channel.
You know Musa can hit that. And now it's a chance for Among. He's running in. Vassell is in the middle. Among's cross goes all the way through and out of play. A quick strike counter from San Diego.
Feels like maybe Among should have done a bit better in this situation. Very difficult, though, because of the angle. You can't blame him for having a go. Ben Loon understands that it's not really testing from that distance. Had the angle right the entire way. Vassell wasn't quick enough to get to the run. Good closure on the backside by Joey Farrell. And you have to admire the recovery by James Musa after the turnover.
Here's Darnell King, just a missed touch and out for a throw-in. San Diego wants to go quick. Vassell trying to turn the corner and uses his strength to do so. He's brought down by Darnell King. It's a quick yellow card. Elton Garcia, tonight's referee, no hesitation.
I would actually make the argument that the foul occurs before this. Great job by Vassell for fighting through it. Watch him hold off not one, but the second wave defensively, and the cutback across, he baits him. He knows exactly where the run's coming from, and as he comes through, there's not a ton of contact. It's an outreached arm by Darnell King, but good on the forward to initiate it in front of the referee, pick up a bit of a press from Darnell King. Picks up a yellow card for his efforts as well.
Vassell in his first season with San Diego, last club was Cheltenham Town. It's his 19th different team. His first in the United States. Moshobani and Guido stand over this. It's Guido to take, puts it in a dangerous area, falls for Stoneman, and he fires it over the bar. My center back right in front of goal, his eyes got really big.
Well, the joke on this one is going to be exactly that. Grant Stoneman puts this thing into the rideshare lot in Phoenix. How about it coming right back across? You go to time this, watch it jump up on him at the tail end of it. It's the hop up, and as he goes to hit it, it's actually coming up towards the apex instead of catching it on the way down. He'll hear about that one in practice.
You score any goals like that?
I did score goals like that. I did not launch them out of the stadium.
I didn't ask that question.
I did, however, the first trial that I ever had, ball came across from a corner, set up nicely on the right foot, and it was a second ball sent back in. Poor clearance by the defensive front. I was in on the first ball that came in. As it went back out, I came to bend my run, and I came to the top of the 18. So when the ball gets redirected out to me, it's on my right foot. I'm a left-footer by nature. Yeah, that's a 90-10 equation, by the way. 10% on the right. I skied this thing straight up. And the assistant coach looked at me and said, "Go back."
Go back.
Go back. In the most polite German English you have ever heard.
Epps making the run. It's Jai in the overlap. It's Jai against Moon. They'll work it back centrally with Aiden Quinn and Arturo Rodriguez. Every white jersey back defending here for San Diego. A tough two-game stretch for them this week. On the road against Tulsa, and of course now here against Phoenix. Another foul as Nick Moon is brought down. You asked the question to Landon Donovan this week. That was really interesting with Nick Moon coming over from Indy 11, but before that was with Nate Miller in Lansing. And there's a decent amount of League One talent on this team, and his answer to the question was basically, the system is working. It's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and it takes time, right? You can hear that. You hear processes a lot from coaches about, oh, it's going to take time within, the system and the process. And I would say that the prospect of taking a player and moving him through the levels, people probably balked at it at the beginning, right? And now all of a sudden, every single year in the offseason, that's the first place you're going for a lot of squads.
Darnell King going down. The referee was right there, and he just says to stand up. Appeal for handball, and I think the whistle will stop play now. A couple of things to look at there.
I would have to side with Darnell King on this one, at least in real time. What does it look like when slowed down? Because he's already beaten Conway. Great cut back through. Touch in front. Well, I'll tell you what, real time, I thought there was a tremendous amount of contact, but watch the lean come from King. He's already leaning forward, and his left foot appears to almost catch the edge of the turf outside the box. So understand that, even if there is contact, it's not a penalty.
This gets headed right into the path of Moar. Tried to take it on the volley, and it was blocked down as Conway carries it out.
it's difficult from that angle, right, Josh, to see if that foot does clip the left side of Darnell King. But again, the big takeaway from it, whether you side with the referee or not, is even if there is, it's still outside the box, so there's no shout for a pen.
Fans, be sure to get to Arizona Federal Credit Union to get your Phoenix Rising debit card. It's a great way to support the team. Spread the word, and you can score $100 when you get one. I've got to say, it's the coolest looking debit card I've seen. Visit arizonafederal.org/Phoenix Rising for more information. Epps with Jai on the overlap as an option. Rodriguez for Quinn. Arturo Rodriguez tried to bring it with them, but it was cut off. Moar down the line for King. First time ball across, just behind Hurst. There's Aiden Quinn. A lot of possession time for Phoenix. Now Santi Moar running downhill. Moar was cleared away by Kyle Adams. Coming back from an offside position was Moar. Free kick back to San Diego. Interrec and Nita Check go on the offensive with Lerner and Rowe, the official personal injury firm of your Phoenix Rising. Make one call, that's all, to 977-1900. Getting you all the money you deserve is our goal. Moshobani. Now Colin Martin.
Not as much separation between the midfield two tonight for San Diego Loyal. Martin and Guido done a good job making sure that their relationship is ever present, allowing the options to build off of each other. 10, 15-yard tops. You can see that vary at times. We saw it a lot in 2021 and so far to start the year. Regardless of who's been in the center part of the park for Loyal, a lot of rotation, a lot of space to play through. Weary of the attack that is Arturo Rodriguez and Aiden Quinn coming back through, so they've stayed more centrally located. With the understanding that they've got to be able to lock it down defensively regardless of how they go the other direction. Done a good job. Rodriguez has not been on the ball a ton. And if you notice, you should keep an eye. Both Lambert and Quinn coming very deep to pick up the ball.
All played right through the middle looking for Hurst. Actually, a whistle will bring this back. James Musa clipped as he sent that pass away. Big to get him back into the 11 for Phoenix Rising. Lost a tire in the process as well.
like the new jerseys for both these squads.
I do too.
They did well, right?
I do too.
Yeah.
The Tory green home shirts for San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Look very nice.
That'll be under the Christmas tree.
Will it?
Secret Santa. I'm putting the vibe out there now.
And the red Phoenix ones also look very nice.
They remind me of Spain.
I was just going to say, yeah.
2010 Spain. Peak Spain.
That was peak Spain.
More like peak Barcelona, but one and the same at that point in time.
Exactly right.
Nice move.
And there's Phoenix's Spaniard. And now back to San Diego's. The no-look pass from Aiden Quinn.
It's got to be quicker. Everything for Rising so far has been too slow. The methodical nature is something that this club has taken a keen liking to as the season started. The end of last year, felt like what they were putting pen to paper was going to turn out quite nicely, and the biggest difference was going to be their ability to build. Not as much quick fire, that the tactfulness of this squad would be their biggest triumph. But so far within this match against San Diego Loyal, they've done a good job defensively of holding strong and not allowing any of that to break down.
I'm talking with Rick Schantz about this year's team. He said this year's team may be more of an ability to control the game. They've had a lot of possession. Would you necessarily call this control?
No, I wouldn't. I would say it's meaningless possession. The best part of it is pinning Loyal deep, so they haven't been able to allow the visitors to come at them a ton. And to be fair, the better chances have come from San Diego Loyal.
There's no doubt about it. Here's Vassell. Tried to keep that in and did well. Attack stays on for San Diego.
It's one of those things, Josh, where Loyal's saying, okay, we'll give you the ball all that you want, but you're not going to break us down. We're gonna hold strong. They've stayed really impressive on the defensive side of the ball. And you're doing that against arguably the best offense in the league. At least numbers have shown that over the past couple of seasons. And this is a Loyal team that doesn't like to concede possession, right? They want to be on the ball. They're the ones who want to challenge you, but they understand that they're in the belly of the beast tonight. You go on the road, travel. You got to deal with the hostile environment, the squad that you're playing up against, midweek rotation. There's a lot more factors at play here for Loyal than there is for Phoenix Rising, but I would say 100% they are the team in the driver's seat. More dangerous going the other direction, more sound defensively. The only thing that we haven't seen a true test of yet is Koke Vegas in goal. But that's a great thing to have to deal with, right? Or not have to, I should say.
The thing Landon Donovan said about Phoenix is really everybody in that front six can score, and you can't say that about many teams in the USL Championship. As Among steps up, tries to win this off Lambert. And here's Evan Conway. Plays it back centrally, just behind the intended target of Moshobani. Vassell rolls this through the middle. Bouncing around, Among knows he had a good chance there. Go all the way back to Ben Lunt. Big talking point coming into this game is, of course, the long unbeaten streak here at Wild Horse Pass that is now at 19 games for Phoenix Rising. That also goes back to Casino Arizona Field in Scottsdale from a couple years back. But the last team to, of course, beat them is this San Diego team. We brought it up to Rick Shantz. He said, I haven't really thought of that one, but thanks for bringing it up. On the other side, Landon Donovan, he brought it up when we asked him about this rivalry. But when you ask both these coaches about this game between these two, they both say this is a genuine rivalry. And as Landon Donovan put it, you need both teams to win, and that's what San Diego's been able to do.
A lot of times you see fans or front offices try and manifest something that isn't, right? You look to the distance between two squads, and that's usually something that can provide those types of derby matches, if you will, but it's really hard to create something that's so genuine and organic, right? And that's what you've gotten out of this from the first whistle. Now, some of it, as we know, has not been the most pleasant. The other side of that is, it's probably helped push this in a direction that maybe wouldn't have necessarily gone, right? And I'm not condoning anything that went on in those matches. Let's be very clear, it was in poor taste, but we're far removed from that now. Now it's just a point, it's the sporting side of it, okay? This is about pride, the ability to be the one, the aggressor, come playoff time to have the better seed. And there are plenty of teams around the USL Championship that have talent. There's no denying that. But there's a difference in some squads that when you look in the offseason and come that first game, Josh, it's title aspirations and that's it. These two teams have that, right? San Diego Loyal yet to achieve what they've been hunting for, and it's that postseason success. Phoenix Rising has seen it, yet neither have a star. So they're pretty much in the same situation. Yeah. You can take all the numbers, all the records and everything. If you're in a Phoenix Rising uniform and their organization, throw it out the window, they'll take the championship over all of that. And Loyal's trending in that direction as well. They're two teams in the Western Conference that everybody looks to now as one of those precedents that's not only been set, but now you have to chase them.
Both played the same amount of playoff games last year. San Diego losing on the road 2-0 at San Antonio. Phoenix actually plays next week in Texas. Should be a thrilling encounter. Arturo Rodriguez commits a foul. Of course, Phoenix losing out to RGV on this home field in penalty kicks. So technically a draw, thus the unbeaten streak. Martin trying to go over the top, finds the pass, and it's right into the arms of Ben Lunt. Pinpoint accuracy there by Martin as this goes back the other way quickly. And it's Marcus Epps. Aiden Quinn making the run. It opens up the space for Epps. And now it's headed clear by Martin. Jai wins it back. Jai will take it on. It blocks down. Hurst for Moar, lifting this to the back post. It's headed clear. And now back the other way, it's Evan Conway running right at Darnell King. Conway comes in field. Conway on his left foot scores! Evan Conway for San Diego Loyal. Show off the moves, youngster. It's his first USL Championship goal.
San Diego Loyal goal, scored by number 14, Evan Conway.
It's a pretty good look as to why they go get him in the offseason. Applauded the youngster and what he brings to the field of play early on in this match. 2 point-blank headers pushed to the wayside. No threat whatsoever by a defender, by a goalkeeper, and this time around, he makes them pay. Check the one-on-one capability. Joey Farrell leaves him, lets him go. Darnell King backs up. How about Thomas Among, his running mate, just allows the Wisconsin native to make the Wild West his own.
What a hoot.
You got to feel a little bit for the goalkeeper. Now, obviously, you'd like to see Ben Lunt slide over, and save it, but nobody steps in. You just allowed him to continue to go and go. Eventually, you had to know he was going to pull the trigger.
And you could see him trying to get back to that left foot.
Yep.
He tried to open it up for himself, and he scores a beauty for San Diego. The players getting tangled up right in front of the San Diego bench. Aiden Quinn having a word with Elton Garcia. Guido, who was slow to get back to his feet.
How quickly the tides have turned. You know, the field had already started to flip. Loyola had done a good job of switching things around. The defensive line came much higher, almost hovering around midfield, and they compressed it. What was happening was Phoenix Rising was trying to take advantage on those counterattacking opportunities. Literally 30 seconds before, Marcus Epps, the sweeping run on the far side, the cut in, and if not for a last-minute defending by Grant Stoneman, which was brilliantly done outside the top of the 18, this could be 1-0 for the home squad. Instead, stand fast, counter, and a great finish by Evan Conway.
What, third time's the charm? Couple of misplaced headers, but on that left foot, so dangerous. And remember, he came on as a substitute in the 6th minute for Jack Metcalf, who came off injured. He was not supposed to be in this game this early.
I was just about to say that the confidence wasn't rattled, right? So you get the nod to the 18, but you're on the bench, and as an attacker, you kind of look around and go, okay, why not me? Then you're brought off, you miss your first 2 opportunities, but head stayed up the entire time. I commend him for that. That's not an easy thing to do, and more often than not, Josh, we see it go the other way. Players start to slip from the existence of the match.
Called him a youngster. I guess he's the same age as me, so there's that.
It's comparative. You look around the field, right?
Yeah,
guys that are around
fair.
him that he's playing against. And Joey Farrell, 29. Darnell King will be 32 this fall.
A rookie in the league. Here's Jai. Gets to the end line. Stoneman with the header as far as Rodriguez. And Elijah Martin clears. Now Joey Farrell. Santi Moar. Able to switch the play very nicely. It's brought down for Aiden Quinn. He sets himself. The ball just too tall for Darnell King. Just stays in play on the far touchline. Plenty of space for Moshobani. Among in an offside position. He wanted that earlier. How about Evan Conway? Nick Moon trying to fend off Babukar Jai, and now a turnover.
Moon's quick, but the speed of Jai and Epps on that left flank is not going to be an easy one to counteract.
Long strides of Babukar Jai.
Very rarely do we see Nick Moon get outrun, right? His first step and his top end speed is top quality. You're fighting an uphill battle over there.
Vassell. This out for a goal kick. Well, Quality Health reminds you that next time you or a loved one needs preventive or routine care, go to your doctor first. If you don't have a doctor, you can go to equalityhealth.com to find one near you. Loon's distribution, pinpoint accuracy. And now it's Marcus Epps. Epps and Colin Martin battling, and it's Colin Martin who wins that battle. Adams on down the line for Evan Conway. Here's Jai. And now Epps. Greg Hurst is able to keep this alive. Little flick on. Greg Hurst just wide. Trying to match his former teammate, and he nearly makes it 1-1.
These are the small sequences that Phoenix Rising have really connected an admiration for. The only thing that gets in the way here is the closure on the backside by Elijah Martin. Well done. Just giving a hint of pressure on the right shoulder. The way the ball sits up, he's gonna hit it with his instep. It's gonna come back across his body, and he's trying to pick out the bottom corner. Really close to tying this thing up.
The big thing that Rick Schantz has said about for Greg Hurst is just how soft his feet are, and when he can hold up the ball so well. He said we need to put a little bit more muscle on him first.
What's interesting too is in that play, Josh, if he doesn't have that little spin off on the flick, if he's just there and the ball comes into him and he lays it off, he can actually hit that with his left foot. And if you're hitting it with your left, now you're coming across your body, you can actually get it away from the goalkeeper, bring it back inside the post. Instead, your momentum and natural tendency pushes it away.
Vassell for Among. Is there a second goal? Lute says no. Conway. Falls for Guido. Among. Low ball in. There's the second. It's another first for San Diego Loyal and Kyle Vassell. 2-0 Loyal.
San Diego Loyal goal.
A shock to the system of Phoenix Rising.
You change the look a little bit up top with the two big bruising target men of Vassell and Among, and watch the work rate. It starts with Guido. Second bite all the way back to the outside, and what a ball whipped in here. The tiniest of windows to pick out his striking partner. Little bit of a deflection. Lady Luck shines bright, and so do San Diego Loyal, who double their lead just before halftime.
If the scoreline seems familiar, it's because it is. San Diego last visit here to Wild Horse Pass, they also led 2-0. That was before two stoppage time goals from Phoenix Rising, Santi Moore and Joey Calistri. And San Diego shut the door this time around and end Phoenix's 19-game unbeaten streak at home. It's a good stat on your end that you dug up. Team that scores first, 5-0-1 in this series all time. This is a long way back for Phoenix Rising.
It's not going to be something that's talked about by Rick Schantz at halftime. The conversation is going to be, how bad do you guys want this? Because it took them about 35 minutes to really get going. They had already dug themselves a hole. I told you just before the Loyal first goal, the field had flipped. Loyal did a really good job defensively all first half. The wave of attacks will continue in the second, and can they hold fast? Beautiful performance so far.
So Phoenix Rising a long way back in this one. San Diego Loyal, they're just pestering Phoenix once again at home. It's San Diego 2, it's Phoenix 0. Stay tuned, halftime from Wild Horse Pass.
Hello, I am Jose Luis Cruz Rivera, President of Northern Arizona University. We are a proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. NAU and Phoenix Rising have much in common. We're both building on a strong foundation of success. We are both champions in our own fields, and we both strive for excellence. At NAU, we offer the advantages that come with a higher education to all of the members of our community. We are helping our students build a bright and boundless future for themselves, their families, and their communities. Come visit us at NAU and go Rising.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
You might have heard of Carvana and that we sell cars online. What you probably didn't know is that we're in the business of making you happy. We believe buying a car should be something that gets you hyped up, that you should be empowered to shop when you want, where you want, wearing whatever you want, and that your new car ought to come with newfound happiness and zero surprises. So we promise that we'll treat you right, we'll put you in control, and all of us will stop at nothing to drive you happy.
We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
A bit of a shock to the system here at Wild Horse Pass. It's 2-0 to San Diego Loyal. But Joey Calistri, a Chicago native, and he recently tried some Chicago-style pizza, the best pizza there is around, at the local joint here in Phoenix.
Hey, how's it going? Joey Calistri. We're here at Vero Pizza, Chicago style, so we're gonna get some deep dish, probably make a little bit, see how it turns out, and yeah, have a nice little taste of Chicago here. You know, I'm gonna jump into this. This is the Wrigley Field, correct? Oh, look at that cheese just hanging off. That's what you like to see. Tell you what, for the first bite, we're gonna go fork and knife, and then we're gonna dig in. That looks unbelievable. Vero Pizza, here we go. I'll tell you what, that's unbelievable. Italian beef is one of my favorite foods. I'll tell you what, the Chicagoan in me is so happy right now. Like, this is like heaven. We got meatball sub, Italian beef, Wrigley Field, Grant Park. Like, what more do you need? That dip, oh. I've never been more happy about a Phoenix Rising partnership in my life. Like, this is the best thing of all time. Definitely come out to Vero. They got a bunch of locations around the valley, so highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Great partnership, great place.
I had a great experience today at Liberty. I felt getting to read to the kids, getting to do the assembly, and let them ask me questions and chatting questions about our life and how it's relevant to what they were going through just now. I really enjoyed that part of it.
I thought it was a great time. The kids were really engaged. They loved what me and Greg were saying about how to overcome challenges in their life and how to be kind to one another as well. The kids were really engaged. The principal was awesome. The teachers were awesome. I had a great time.
I think the whole the way they're trying to do things with the the no homework so kids don't get stressed, the low light rooms, interactive desks that they can write on. I thought that was really cool because it keeps the kids engaged and you could tell they were all having fun.
My favorite part had to be definitely the assembly and the reception we got from the kids and how they enjoyed each and every moment of it, and we enjoyed it probably as much, if not more.
It means a lot because when I was growing up at school and we'd have professional athletes come visit us, it was always a really cool experience. So to be in that position to go to schools now and be those people that are trying to give back a little bit to the community, it's a really good feeling.
I'm on a routine. I'm on a routine.
I mean, yeah, let's talk about
Stop
today when we go
Yo,
topics.
roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What? That's it! San Diego Demons! What's the money? And for a bog! Crashing in! There it is! First of the year for San Diego!
And it's into the back of the net. El Paso.
Far corner and it's in! What a goal! Are you watching Football Americas?
Halftime from Wild Horse Pass. It's 2-0 to San Diego Loyal, and two very well taken goals by Conway and Vassell. And as we look around the USL Championship this season in its infancy, we get some US Open Cup action in round 2 upcoming. I know we're both looking forward to that.
The amateurs better watch out. Here come the big boys. The pros are ready to play. I'll ask your opinion on another topic.
Please.
Lexington, like or dislike? Do you think they got it right?
I think it looks good.
I do.
I really like the badge.
I enjoy it as well. And everybody's like, oh, it's this logo, it's that, it looks like the Ferrari. Guess what? It's 2022. It's very, very difficult in this day and age to create something truly unique. I have no problem that it mimics something of similarity.
You like draws?
I'm a big draw fan.
We got a lot of them, Devin.
Oh, you mean scores?
Yes.
I thought you meant for the close. In and out.
That's a drawer.
It depends on what part of the country. That's a dad joke for you today.
Oh,
a lot of draws. Run around late. That's a big result, though. Colorado Springs 2-0 against Birmingham Legion.
Long trip. They go all the way to Alabama.
Oh, boy. You saw the strange goal that was the Rowdies goal?
Yes.
Connor McGlynn trying to play out, knocks it off Jake LaCava. Somehow it ends up 35 feet in the air. Somehow it ends up in the back of the net.
And somehow they both earn a point. Phoenix Rising hoping for just that tonight, maybe more. Second half is on the way.
Hello, I am Jose Luis Cruz Rivera, President of Northern Arizona University. We are a proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. NAU and Phoenix Rising have much in common. We're both building on a strong foundation of success. We are both champions in our own fields, and we both strive for excellence. At NAU, we offer the advantages that come with a higher education to all of the members of our community. We are helping our students build a bright and boundless future for themselves, their families, and their communities. Come visit us at NAU and go Rising.
This is Sanderson Ford Country.
All roads lead to Sanderson Ford for sales, service, and satisfaction. It's Ford Truck Month. New F-150s and Rangers arriving daily. Now's the time to get after it with Big Truck Month incentives.
Get $500 in accessories or order your truck your way and save $1,500.
No hassle, no pressure, no nonsense, and no added markups. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford for sales, service, and satisfaction.
Pacific Office Automation is the one source for all of your business technology. Copiers and printers, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, security systems and cameras, complete conference room packages. You need to partner with a total office solutions provider that gets it. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Carvana, NAU, Equality Health, and Arizona Federal. Building up to the second 45 minutes of action from Wild Horse Pass. These Phoenix Rising fans wondering what's going on, or maybe it's just deja vu from last year as we take a look at our halftime highlights. They are sponsored by Nova Home Loans, and we start in the 10th minute. And San Diego Loyal, they've been really bossing this game, to be fair.
Nice relationship, and funny how it came from the wings, right? Moshabani to Evan Conway. 9 times out of 10 buries it. Guess what? This is one of those ones that's got away from him. Bottom corner escapes. Ben Lute imploring his boys, pick it up. I need a little help here. Too free of a chance given. Actually thought that this was Thomas Among, but second review, great header once again. Whipped in by Moshabani from the corner. Evan Conway, almost. Could have been 1, could have been 2. Instead, it's nada. How about we go again, right? What a run this was by Evan Conway. Deep down into the box, bottom corner, cheers. I mean, that's really all you can say. The scouting report shows the left foot. He wants to give it to you the entire time. Neither King nor Farrell step up to it. Evan Conway makes him pay.
Really nice finish off the inside of the post, right by Ben Lute. And how about one more goal for good measure for San Diego, and in transition again, but first it was Greg Hurst. He tried to bring one back.
I told you the spin-off is what gets him in trouble. It's also what sets it up, but the momentum pushes it outside of the bar. The touch from Farrell, Santi Moar, didn't expect it. Well, the expectation should be a bit higher for Phoenix Rising in the second half, because guess who? Among, Vassell. Great combination play by the two strikers. San Diego Loyal were brilliant in the first half. I mentioned to you at the break that it may not necessarily be the game plan that they normally want to put on the field, but they are executing their blueprint to a T. It's been perfect so far from the visitors.
Those highlights sponsored by Nova Home Loans, as South End getting set for the second 45 minutes. And it is a big 45 minutes at that. It looks like a substitution. It will be Andrew Carlton to come on for San Diego.
Entering the match is number 30, Andrew Carlton. Leading the match is number 9, Kyle Vassell.
So you can hear on the PA, it is Kyle Vassell, the most recent goal scorer to come out. You surprised by that change?
I wondered if there was something wrong after the goal, because he was a little bit slow in his step. So you wonder if it is an injury. Tactically, what changes is your ability defensively to lock down the pocket a bit more, to remove what was going on with Lambert, Quinn, and Rodriguez at the end of the first half. That wasn't a real cause for concern. But again, Rising did start to grow at the end of the half, even though they conceded a second goal.
So second half underway with Devin Kerr. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. Phoenix has their 19-game unbeaten streak at home on the line here tonight, and they will need a big comeback, just like they did a few years ago, or pardon me, a year ago. Feels like a couple years ago. Andrew Carlton onto the field now for San Diego Loyal.
Notice the inclination here from Andrew Carlton will be to drop down a bit deeper than we saw out of Among or Vassell in the first half. The ability to link up, you would think, easier. The other side of it is defensively, it challenges you more. The deeper you come, the more free the back line for Phoenix Rising has for distribution.
Moar, who's now back on the left side. So that experiment lasts about 45 minutes, and Rick Shantz wants to go back as Vegas is clipped here by Greg Hurst. Garcia explaining his case to Hurst. Roque Vegas picked up in the offseason. 26-year-old Spaniard. His parent club in Spain was Levante, but last appearance he made was for Mallorca while on loan. Guido trying to look upfield. Distributes out wide. Conway turns back. Finds Guido again. Colin Martin is in space. Nick Moon trying to turn the corner, can't get around Moar. Now Aiden Quinn. Again for Moar, trying to flick in field, didn't come off. Just bouncing through the midfield. Now it falls for Arturo Rodriguez. Hurst for Moar. The cross towards the top of the area. Rodriguez heads it back centrally. Now it's Quinn. Through the lines for Rodriguez on his left foot. Epps couldn't keep it. Elijah Martin now for Andrew Carlton. Among well offside at first, and now everybody's catching up. The cross is out of play. Kind of a weird play there by Among.
Even if he linked up with him, he still would have been offside no matter what. And it's not just because of the ball played. When you're in an offside position like that and you're involved in the play, you have to reestablish your position, which he never did. He continued the run going forward. The ball's played forward. That's an easy one for the referee.
Moar. Cross comes in, and it's dealt with in the middle by Adams. The volley by Quinn is well wide. Rick Schantz looking for answers from his team. You see Joey Calistri warming up in the background. Sign of things to come. He's always lurking, isn't he?
The super sub, right? They should just call him the answer. That should be the nickname for Joey Calistri.
Well, I liked what you put out on Twitter today. This rivalry needs a name.
It does. I know there was some brushback from some folks in San Antonio. Of course, the reigning champs in Orange County had a few things to say about it, but there's no denying that this is a rivalry game.
It doesn't mean you can't have more than one.
No.
It's like,
if you're Phoenix, everybody hates you.
Sure.
it's just the burden you bear, right? They admit that, though.
They have the target on their back.
They understand. They embrace it. It's part of the culture. And they should take it as a compliment, too, that every single time they step on the field, they're gunning for you. Right? This organization revamped itself in 2017. New name, new logo, the ownership group. 2018 figured things out as the year went on. Of course, Chris Cortez, Didier Drogba, the potent attack that was, came up just short in the final. 2019, record-breaking season. Pretty much rewrote every statistic in the book. 2020, final that never was. There are a few clubs that you look around the USL Championship and you'd like to emulate in terms of performances. They're one of them.
Here's Jai rolling this in. And this cleared into the first row. It's a corner kick. When we asked Rick Schantz about that kind of culture, and with so many new players coming into the team, I asked, do you have to tell the team about how this culture kind of came to be? And he said people just kind of know. They know everybody wants to beat Phoenix. Rodriguez, plenty of depth to this. It's headed down and deflected out of play. Another corner kick on the other side. Don't forget, these corner kicks brought to you by Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy.
There's so much space at the top of the 18 right now. You peel one more runner out. There's a good pickup. Martin just saw it. Well done by Colin Martin, because Babakar Jai and Darnell King were lurking.
Jai still calling for it. This will be an outswinger. It bounces in. A diving header by Farrell just to keep this alive. And nothing doing there on the outlet by San Diego.
Son of a bitch.
Long switch of play. Looking for Arturo Rodriguez. He's still playing chase, and now he commits the foul. Here's Moshabani. A sliding challenge by Farrell. He goes to ground again, but can't keep it. Here comes San Diego looking for a third. Phoenix just seems out of sorts at the moment.
They can't complete a pass. The communication seems a little bit off. Recovery runs aren't occurring in the manner that they'd like them to. He seems stung not just by the score, Josh, but by the genetic makeup of the game overall in general. I mean, you have a team that first couple of matches of the season has pretty much shown their cards, and they've changed.
Cutting in field, the shot by Guido, well out of play.
You take the injury into account as well, Jack Metcalf, which, whether you like it or not, dramatically changed the game, and it's just a couple of minutes in. But what this could have looked like and what it turned out to be, two totally different things.
Now it's Jai. Early ball across, just too far out in front of Hurst. Throw in for Phoenix on the far side. Player down for San Diego, and looks like that's Carlton.
Just got stuck up under the turf when they were trying to play on the right-hand side. It looked like he just dug in and couldn't turn as quickly as he'd like to. Foot and knee got caught up underneath his torso. Was there any contact with the player in general is the next question. He's moving all right.
Colin Martin distributing out wide. Among, he's on it. Little hesitation, turns the corner. Thomas Among, saved by Lute. A heroic effort there by the Phoenix goalkeeper, keeps it 2-0. Among with an appreciation of the save there for Ben Lunt. It's a corner kick for San Diego. They roll this to the top of the area, clipped up. And all Farrell can do is head it out of play as we go back and look at that last save.
You had to find a way to make sure that defensively, regardless of what changes you were going to make, you had help from behind in the offseason. That's why you go get Ben Lunt. Beautiful save by the big German. Perfect technique, by the way.
Another in-swinger, more depth to this. Headed down and saved. Kyle Adams nearly able to put that in a good area.
Back-to-back saves, Josh. All 6'6" of Ben Lunt getting the framing of both of those saves done right.
Lambert. Epps was pushed down. Now Farrell through the lines for Quinn. Quick passing as this goes all the way out for Darnell King. Look at all the white shirts in the area. Stoneman up to head it clear. The foul will end the threat. Musa coming from behind.
The one thing you need to keep an eye on here for Phoenix Rising, Josh, is the second trailing run or lack thereof through the midfield. Everybody's in the box expecting this thing to come up in the air, but so is San Diego Loyal. You get a trailer 12 to 18 yards out, second wave of attack, you can pick that space off. Instead, Loyal once again doing a great job withstanding the pressure. Ball comes out. You're looking for hold-up play from Among. James Musa comes up over the top, right in front of the referee. Easy to blow the whistle and call a foul.
Citron World is an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand and proud to be the exclusive energy drink partner of Phoenix Rising. Ready to energize? Visit citronworld.com and join the vibe on social at Citron World. Cheers. Here's Nick Moon. Here's Moshabani. Rolling this in for Carlton, peeking over his shoulder, deflecting through, back into the middle, it's blocked out again! More heroic defending from Phoenix Rising.
Does it come off the hand? The look at it was no. As you slow it down right here. Oh, I don't know, that's pretty close. Looked to be the torso, second follow-up. That's the look that Phoenix Rising we were just asking for. Right around the penalty mark. Penalty mark to 18, Josh. It's that gray area that you get coming out of the midfield that Loyal have been able to occupy. Phoenix has not.
Phoenix arguing why that wasn't whistled dead for offside. We play on, and we're past the hour mark. Phoenix, a lot of work to do. They have not had much going for them in this second half. That will have to change quick. We'll see when Rick Schantz decides to go to his bench. Here's Colin Martin, a quick burst through the middle. Pulled down by Lambert. Advantage being played. Here's Among. And now the referee will stop play.
So you and I both give this a shout for handball, but watch this angle on Kevin Lambert as it comes back through. Slowed down right there. Here's my thing. Even if it looks as if it hits his hand, the hand is right in front of the chest.
It was also ball to hand, not hand to
Correct.
ball, and there is a difference between the two.
Absolutely. You take the two in account together, it's hard to point to the spot, right?
Right. Proximity, all the factors. Couple of subs preparing to come on. Phoenix wanting these subs to come now. Instead, they'll play on. Moshabani will have to chase after this. Early ball across. Carlton and Farrell battling. And a corner kick is given, and now the two subs can come on. Luis Manuel Saijas and Joey Calistri. Of course, who could forget last time these two teams played here at Wild Horse Pass? Calistri in stoppage time scoring the equalizer.
For Phoenix Rising FC. Entering the match is number 21,
Marcus
Joey
Epps
Calistri.
and Babu Karjai.
Leaving the match,
Two come
is
off.
number 6.
Still waiting to see the best of Marcus Epps in a Phoenix Rising uniform. Going to take a little bit of time.
Entering the match.
Babukar Jai had just started to make his way into the match. Saw some good service. Whipped in at the tail end of the first half. And has not gone to the liking of the Phoenix Rising staff here at the start of the second. Got to change things up.
The in-swingers cleared away. Phoenix can't get out. Stoneman, deep service. The header comes back in and King clears it. The fan made the catch and then decided to toss it down the touchline.
Got to imagine a little bit of home cooking, but also that you'll see Darnell King come to this left side. He'll be matched up against Shabani. That would be my guess. And there is the change. Joey Calistri, the all too frequent right back spot for Phoenix Rising when needed. Sort of the universal soldier here, isn't he? Haven't seen him in goal. On the back line. Outside back, midfield. Any formation, any day, any time. Willing to answer the call. I'm making a big push for that nickname, by the way, The Answer.
The Answer?
I think it fits him perfectly.
Well, let's see if he can answer the call.
The special moments that he's had for this team.
4 goals and an assist last year. Back centrally. Carlton for Among. Was he onside? He was not. Flag is up. I'll get the best seats at the best rates with all of the exclusive member benefits for the 2022 season. Tickets starting as low as $13 per match for all remaining home regular season matches. Another shot taken on as this is deflected out of play. You can visit phxrisingfc.com/tickets or email sales@phxrisingfc.com for more information. 25 minutes to go. Phoenix needs some answers. A corner kick to come. In-swinger comes towards the near post, pops right up into the air. And nobody there for Phoenix. Rodriguez. Quinn curls it in, the header is down and in! There's one back for Phoenix Rising! James Musa gets his first goal of the season! There's a lifeline for Rising at home!
One of the things they've been lacking throughout this game has been longer looks out of the midfield. Lambert lost a little bit, so with the addition of Sahiha to the equation, you pull Aiden Quinn to a more restricted position, but you gain some of the best vision in all the USL Championship. Play him at the 6, the 8, the 10. He does not care. Always finds a way, finds his center back, and they've gotten one back on this lead.
They're already looking for another. He scored 2 goals last year. He now has his first in 2022, James Musa. Deflected ball in. Quinn for Moar. Now Darnell King. On his left foot, corner kick. Now you can kind of feel the momentum changing.
What's better, though, the ball or the finish? They're both pretty impressive. James Musa's got to account a lot there. Got to time the run. That's going to drop just in front of him. And he's got a marker that's probably a foot away. Not easy to handle.
Deep corner kick looking for Musa again. This is Arturo Rodriguez. And just wide. Was waiting for that net to bulge.
This is what happens, right? Whether or not the comeback is completed, only time will tell, but this is how Phoenix stalk their prey. Whether down 2-0 or just at the start of a match, setting the tone. They get out in front of the momentum, they continue to apply the pressure, they unbalance you, make you feel uneasy. They've gotten their 1 goal back, and they can smell it, that it's right there for the taking. Loyal hadn't done a ton to take over this match in the second half, Josh. You and I can both agree over the last 10 or 15 minutes that it's sort of been sit back and we're going to pick and choose our moments. That's totally fine with the understanding that changes were going to come. Those changes came quickly at the outside back spot. We talked about the ball that Aiden Quinn played in. The depth and versatility that has provided San Diego Loyal. You can make the same argument for Rick Schantz and the home squad. Finally pays its dividends here in the second half.
Landon Donovan just trying to close out a win here at home, and you see Jack Blake there in the background. Is he going to make his season debut this evening?
He's picking up a couple electrolytes. Tumi Moshabani, and then Donovan. Very fond of another one of the acquisitions that you talked about earlier from League One. Lansing Ignite, 10 goals, 4 assists in 26 appearances. Don't mind if you do. Says he regards him as one of, if not the most dangerous winger in all of the USL Championship. High praise coming from his manager.
Stays in play, early ball across. Arturo Rodriguez was sliding in. And this a corner kick for Phoenix. Phoenix already ratcheting up the pressure and still 20 minutes to go. Moshabani kind of hobbles back in. Quinn on the corner kick. Towards goal. The clearing header by Conway. Shot from distance. Score! Phoenix comeback level! Luis Manuel Saijas and protecting their home turf. 2-2.
The onslaught does not stop. They get one and they continue to hunt. Wondrous left foot of Aiden Quinn. Whipped back in once again. Louis Ma, the meatloaf. We want it now. What a strike. Left footer, the dip. Only so much you can do for Koke Vegas. First one in a Phoenix Rising uniform, and we're back to square one.
Luis Saijas.
Those 2 goals coming in a 4-minute span. Just the second goal in the Phoenix Rising career of Luis Manuel Saijas. The smoke engulfing the field now, and the goal that San Diego is attacking. And there on the ball is Jack Blake, his season debut for San Diego Loyal tonight. And it's Tumi Moshabani who comes off. You could just feel the momentum start to change when those subs came on. They get the goal, and then they get a second, and now it's 2-2.
It's like a prize fight, Josh. You know, a lot of times you'll see boxers work their man into the corner, and they feel the weak legs. They can see the arms start to drop, and you just continue to punch. You work the body, try and find those open and special moments to go for the knockout punch. Phoenix Rising, they were the one on the ropes. 60 minutes into this game, finally started to punch back. You make the changes tactically. You bring Aiden Quinn to a more restricted position. Even more so, it's the ability to move all the pieces around.
caught by Kyle Adams, right to the pocket. That's a yellow card. But there was a foul a minute ago that both Landon Donovan and Nate Miller took exception to. That went uncalled. And a yellow card for Alejandro Guido. Something must have been said in the technical area. For somebody on the Loyal bench. This is when cooler heads need to prevail. So 2 yellow cards shown for players on the field in Kyle Adams and Alejandro Guido. And now a set piece for Phoenix Rising, and Aiden Quinn always dangerous from this distance.
By the referee to the San Diego Loyal bench. A caution has been issued by the referee to San Diego Loyal number 32, Kyle Adams.
This will be Aiden Quinn. The offside trap, but this one saved by Koke Vegas. And it would have been waved off, everybody in an offside position.
Slow it down here if you're Loyal. Phoenix Rising is on the front foot, but you have to slow the game down, have a conversation with each other and just say, guys, we've worked too hard. We played too well for such an impressive period of time to then let it slip away in rapid succession. Look at the jerseys. Here comes that ridiculous press that can be.
It's turned over. Zaihas out wide. He continues his run. Adams there to pick it up for San Diego. Among into the smoke. Well, this will make things interesting.
A dream machine somewhere around here. Mystery machine, excuse me. That's the Scooby-Doo reference.
Yeah,
for you.
I thank you.
You don't watch. I mean, you don't seem like the cartoon guy, Josh.
Really?
No. And if you were, that may be a little bit older than you.
Oh, I saw this. I saw plenty of Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership. The fans starting to get into this as well, as San Diego attacking into the smoke. Guido striding forward. Guido scores! This game has it all! Alejandro Guido restores the advantage for San Diego Loyal.
Grab a seat. Don't go anywhere. Honestly, you can't ask for anything better between these two teams. I just talked about the press on the other side. Look at the determination, the purpose, the objective, and the aim from Guido. Go on, son, and pick that out.
San Diego Loyal goal scored by number 10.
The whole way
Guido.
from their number 10. Cooler heads have prevailed in the desert right now, and it's Loyal back in front.
Saw a little dance move from Evan Conway after his goal. Guido now after his. San Diego having fun with it. And to go through a tough stretch in the last 10 or so minutes. But they are back on top, and now it's Phoenix Rising who will need to come from behind. Again. San Diego did earn a 3-2 win in their last win in Phoenix, that coming on September 19th, 2020. It was a Rubio Rubin hat trick. There was one other occasion. It was the opener last season here at Wild Horse Pass, in which there were a combined 5 goals, but 4 of those were from Phoenix. And might we have one of the highest scoring matchups between these two teams on our hands tonight.
A friendly reminder too, you obviously don't want to have to reference the game because of what went on in the match that caused the forfeiture. But in the game that ended up being called, San Diego Loyal was up 3-1 at halftime.
Yeah, they were.
They banged 3 in the back of the net that night. Now, we didn't get a completion of it, and of course, history wrote itself in a negative fashion. but they are well accustomed to tickling the nylon when they feel like they're up to it.
And we've been talking about this. We've seen all of the new acquisitions. Landon Donovan saying we're a bit more athletic, a bit more dynamic, but the goals haven't necessarily come easy for Loyal in past weeks, mostly off of set pieces. Tonight, as the offside flag comes up, if you can see, they've been through the run of play, they've been free-flowing, and it looks like it's coming easy for them.
Oh, I said to you that coming into this match, the only issue I had was their inability to score. You know, the goals that they got in the Sacramento Republic game, of course they won 2-0. That was all created from dead ball situations.
Head for Jack Blake, early ball across. Bouncing around, that did go out, it's a corner kick.
They didn't exactly look fantastic in their opening match against LA Galaxy 2, and I referenced that in front of goal, right? I mean, obviously goals win games, but there's a difference between scoring and looking threatening. Tonight, they've looked threatening. Now, there have been interesting little spouts of when that's happened, but first half, Loyal. Give them the lead, that's fine. Second half, quiet until the response just moments ago.
Here's Blake, curling it in. Immediately clear. Martin trying to commit a foul there in the middle, but Phoenix continues on. Greg Hurst, back heel for Arturo Rodriguez. The switch of play, Calistri, Moar. He was brought down, but no whistle. And Among into the smoke. It's Thomas Among, dispossessed by James Musa.
That's good defending on both ends of the field, huh? Stand tall, one end, you know, one-on-one situation with what a lot of people regarded as one of the bigger pickups in the offseason, Among from Colorado Springs, and the attack that was. Good on James Musa.
Arturo Rodriguez turns the corner. Elijah Martin was there, throw in Phoenix, 10 minutes to go. The last game running in the USL Championship on this Saturday night. Ball curled in and right out of play. Hurst and Saijas were the options. Well, we have a moment. Shout out to Monterey Bay, Frank Yallop. Hugh Roberts, a 90th minute winner on the road at Oakland Roots, the first ever win for Monterey Bay. Sliding challenge by Jack Blake. Numbers for San Diego. Blake knocks it ahead. Carlton squares it, and it's just wide. A miss from Thomas Among. Maybe Farrell put him off just enough. Corner kick.
Joey Farrell's there. He gets a touch on it, too. That's why it comes wide. Great recovery from Phoenix's Philadelphia Flyer. Jack Blake, welcome home. Good touch in. Great ball by Andrew Carlton back across. Is he in an offside position? It's really close. But that's the build that Landon Donovan, Nate Miller, and co have been looking for. The opening matches so far, again, 80% of this game has been beautiful in the first three. They're finally getting their wits about them in front of the net.
Looks like a substitution coming for Phoenix Rising. And it will be the captain, Darnell King, to come off. He'll be replaced by Claudio Repetto. This not a like-for-like substitution, but as Rick Shunt said, he's been experimenting with that two-forward look.
This is something that they've really trying to hone themselves in on. So they were working on a 4-4-2. They were working on a 3-5-2. Plan B. Plan B has been the biggest talking point for them outside of what they were going to do in the 9 and the outside back spot on the left side. What are we going to do when we have to change? He wants to make sure that they're versatile within the flexibility of their system. Change to 3 at the back, give 2 strikers up top. Whatever look they go with, he doesn't want to miss a beat. Let's see if they can live up to it.
Captain's armband goes to Joey Farrell. It's Jack Blake for San Diego. Trying to slip that through. Guido. Ahead for Carlton. Cross taken by Lambert. Luke quick to put it back in play. It's Santi Moar. He's been mostly quiet in this game tonight. Of loose touches in the last few seconds have turned possession over in the middle. Lofted into space, and a corner kick conceded. Aiden Quinn. Plenty of loft under this one. And it's straight out of play, and maybe a clash of heads here. Referee will stop play. 2 Phoenix players down. Rodriguez, one of those players down. And Lambert, the other one. Arturo Rodriguez back on his feet. He looks like he's okay to continue.
Well, lived up to the billing, didn't it?
There's no doubt about that.
This game back and forth every single time they play. There's no love lost between the two. And the connection that Rising was looking for, and this ball whipped in. Probably not what they expected. And Lambert, you see, tangled up. Ian Rodriguez, good to see that Rodriguez already back up and moving. Lambert a bit slower to his feet. Finally up and moving. That'll leave a mark. Game winner right now. That's some kind of strike, man. I mean, again, it's one thing to score that type of goal. It's another to be, let's be clear, beaten into submission for like a 10-minute span. And having been in that situation before, it just keeps coming, and you feel like there's no reprieve, right? The relentless attack, and you're on the road. You've got the fans, you've got everybody listening to you and going against you, and then all of a sudden there's this little window and he goes and gets it and does that. Gorgeous.
It's a special, special goal. There's no doubt about it. Arturo Rodriguez, Kevin Lambert, both back onto the field. Really, all 3 goals tonight by San Diego have been spectacular finishes. The first one off the inside of the post from Conway. Then the nice build-up on the second for Vassell. And then, of course, the third, which we've been referencing.
had the opportunity, Josh, this week. We have SiriusXM FC that hosts USL All Access every Tuesday, right? And Jason Davis, who comes on before, is kind enough every week to do something for D Tuesday, right? Second Division of the United States USL Championship. And he asked me directly about San Diego Loyal. And he said, what are the expectations and what should we see? And my response was, the expectation is going to be a championship. My question for this team has always been about the consistent performance in a big game, right? The record had been decent. Can you do it away from home? Okay, that's gotten better. But their record towards the end of the year last year against playoff teams was almost abysmal. They hadn't beaten any teams that were above the playoff line, nor on a consistent basis. Going on the road, beating a Phoenix. When you've gone up 2 and then to come back like this, these are the performances that can help push you to another level.
Hurst, and that's deflected out for a corner. Aiden Quinn right into the mixer and cleared away by Adams. Saihas settles. Calistri again for Saihas. Curled in again, the looping header's out of play. And another substitution coming.
For Phoenix Rising FC.
It's Channing Chaston who will make his way on. Arturo Rodriguez will be replaced. The final sub of the night for Phoenix Rising. They have used all 3 of their substitution windows.
A debut at that. Channing Chaston, a guy who carries a tremendous amount of speed, project player of sorts from the Ohio State University. Said that positionally, the system, the style, if he can pick it up and raise the IQ, that you could see this young man at a higher level in the near future. Right wing most of his career. They're trying to work on him at the outside back spot, but this late in the game, you want to take that speed, harness it, use it to your advantage. 9.7 meters a second traveling over a 40-yard span. That's not too bad.
It'll be 5 minutes of stoppage time. Does Phoenix have some magic in them tonight? And now 2 subs coming for San Diego Loyal.
The 4th official has indicated there will be a
Camden Riley will come on for a previous substitute, Andrew Carlton. He will make his way off, and Morgan Hackworth will also be coming on for San Diego Loyal.
He's still finding his footing. Not bad, though, for someone who's been outside of the game for a little bit of time. Showed well against Tulsa and has done the same thing here against Phoenix Rising. Some quality moments. Morgan Hackworth, Syracuse, Akron. Of course, he started his professional career with 901 FC back in 2019, and he's been almost like a victory cigar at certain points in time for San Diego Loyal. Mr. Reliable, covers a ton of ground. Say he's always the fittest guy in the squad. It's nice this late in the game, whether you need a striker, midfielder, defender, that you can call upon someone such as Hackworth.
Phoenix still pressing forward, trying to find that winner. If Phoenix cannot come back and win this game, it will be their first 2-game losing streak since October 10th and 13th of 2018. That was the last 2 games of the regular season. Is headed forward. Adams heads it away. Threat still there. Moar. And the flag up for offside. 3 minutes left.
That's a heck of a play by Kyle Adams. I'm with Rick Shantz on this one. I'm not exactly sure where the offside comes from. But the defender, Kyle Adams, with Nico Boxall going away to the New Zealand men's national squad for International Cup and World Cup qualifiers. Kyle Adams has done great for himself. Scored one of the goals in that 2-0 victory against Sacramento Republic, and he's been excellent tonight. Here he is again.
Hurst bearing down.
Oh, watch out.
Big collision with Koke Vegas.
Careful here, this could be straight.
It will just be yellow.
A caution has been issued by the referee to Phoenix Rising FC number 17, Greg Hurst.
Vegas obviously in some discomfort. I assume now we'll go well past the minimum of 5 minutes.
He's trying to make a plan at Greg Hurst. We understand that, but studs up. Goalkeeper's halfway outside the 6. If he throws him out, I have no problem with it. I don't wish a suspension on anyone, but studs up like that. You and I have seen people ejected for less.
Sure.
Right? Yellow card, 100% warranted. It's a subjective situation. The ball is moving away from goal. The goalkeeper is far away. Well, he's halfway between the 6 and the 18. Right? The outstretched leg, the boot up. In your mind, the intent there, if you're in a loyal jersey, is that he's coming for blood, right? Like you're going for the player.
I'm not sure he caught the player though with the extended leg. It looked like he got the ball. It looked like
but
the
also
inside
but also
leg.
Understand, application and intent can be one of the same.
Of course.
Just because you don't make contact doesn't mean that there wasn't intent there.
Big shift put in also in the middle of the field tonight. No Charlie Adams. That's usually the partner with Colin Martin in the center of the park for Loyal. Martin was partnered with Alejandro Guido. And as you said early on, they made it really tough to play through the middle. Last few seconds here, although I imagine we'll go past 5. But only Elton Garcia knows that at this point. Quinn. Headed forward and taken by Koke Vegas. He'll go straight to ground.
Rivalry just got a little closer, didn't it?
Sure did.
Phoenix Rising 4-2-1 coming in. San Diego Loyal may not have been on the ball as much as they are accustomed to, as much as we've seen in matches past and seasons past, but they had a vicious way about them to start this game. 2 goals to their name. It was almost on cruise control for a certain period of time. Phoenix Rising come back in, the character, get to 3-2. Now 4-3-1 all time in favor of Phoenix. Grab one back if you're loyal.
That's the final whistle. San Diego Loyal and Phoenix's unbeaten streak. The last team to win in Phoenix was San Diego, and the most recent team to do it is also San Diego. 3-2 winners. What a dramatic 90 minutes at Wild Horse Pass.
We'll see you Saturday, April 9th for our home game versus the LA Galaxy. For an extra special treat, join us Wednesday, April 6th for our Open Cup match against Valley United.
A tough one to take for Phoenix Rising, their first 2-game losing streak in
to see you all there to
about
cheer on
3.5 years.
as they take on San
As we
Antonio
look at our
FC.
man of the match, it is Aiden Quinn. It's presented by Phoenix Children's Hospital.
Great moments in life happen when you're together.
Good shit put in by
because great
Quinn, but
moments are
not
meant
enough
to
for
be
Rising
shared.
on the
Just
night.
like
One of the more
tequila.
efficient players for Phoenix
El
Rising
Jimador
tonight.
Tequila,
Got the
official
comeback
tequila
started.
of Phoenix Rising.
That magical left foot of
100%
his.
goodbye.
35-yard ball up over the top, bending away. Back to the left, James Musa. Comeback not completed. San Diego Loyal, well-earned 3 points.
We'll come back and wrap things up, but it finishes here from Wild Horse Pass. Phoenix Rising 2, San Diego Loyal 3.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
There's the match winner right there, number 10 in white, Alejandro Guido. And applause for the San Diego fans that made the trip here to Phoenix. As it's time now to look at our full-time highlights. They are sponsored by Nova Home Loans. We start in the 38th minute, and this is when things really started to get going. Evan Conway didn't start this game, but scored a first-half goal.
2 goals in 7 minutes, had missed 2 headers, 1 at point-blank range, and this one, he's calibrating. Finally picks out the bottom corner. We'll talk about dancing lessons later, my friend. 1-0 San Diego Loyal. The pressure continuing to mount. Loyal on the attack once again. Watch the work back to the outside, and ball back across. Vassell opens his account. 2-0 San Diego Loyal. The Valley of the Sun is quieted for the time being. Into the dressing room, there's a conversation, couple of changes, a wink, a blink, a nod, and they got a little magic of their own. Help from, guess who? James Musa back in action. 2 goals last year. There's the first one in 2022. What a ball in by Aiden Quinn. Coming off the sub, Louis Ma allowed Aiden Quinn to come to a more restricted position, get the ball more. Louis Ma, yeah, you're going to hear that name once again. Kind enough to say hello to San Diego Loyal and officially open his account for Phoenix Rising 2-2. We got a game, Josh.
Oh, we sure did. And just a few minutes after this, 76th minute, in all the smoke, Alejandro Guido says it is my turn.
They're caught off on the counter. Joey Farrell, the last ditch with the left shoulder, bounces right back in front of the path. And dear Lord, have you ever seen a ball hit with more vengeance than that? 3 points, 3 goals. Hats off to Loyal.
What a rivalry this is turning out to be, and another great chapter in the young rivalry of this for our entire crew. Broadcast partner Devin Kerr. I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. San Diego Loyal are winners. Good night from Phoenix.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.